Nope. All right. All right. I messed up. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? You guys know me. I try to do my best to introduce the stream as the music is fading out, but I forgot to unmute my mic. So, doing great so far. How you guys doing? Good to see you. Let's go ahead and get the music on. Switch the screens over. Get the party started. Wait, can you guys not hear that? I know you should be able to. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and switch over. My apologies, guys. There we go. Cool. What's up? Aru, what's up, bruh? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. You mit yo-yo, nuke it already? Hopefully here soon, my friend. Hopefully here soon. Darren Michaels, hi, boss. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Degen. That was a tongue twister for some reason, but yes, Degen. I love that. That's awesome. Alif, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Alan Clark, hi. Just making tea. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Sounds good, my friend. I don't know when you sent that, so maybe you'll be back by now. Aru. Wow, wow, man, good music. Thank you. It's from a artist called, what's his name? Jacob Lizotti. What is? Think I pronounced that correctly? If you guys are interested, basically, hold on. Let me pull up his channel before. There you go. Makes good. He's a cool dude. Makes cool music. If you guys are interested in checking it out, he writes a lot of his own stuff. So I definitely do recommend this channel. And the song you heard today was I forgot the name of it, but I did purchase it to be able to use it on stream. So shout out to Jacob. Cool dude, great musician, very talented. So if you want to go check him out, I would appreciate it. Let's see. Armand, how you doing, my friend? Doing good. Let's see. Alif, how was your trip, Johnny? It was why? Hold on. Is the music not coming through? Okay, there you go. So it was interesting. I will never ever take that drive again. Especially in one day. So if you guys don't know, the reason why I wasn't here on Tuesday and I streamed on Monday was I actually had to drive down to Florida. My sister was moving to Orlando, so I had to go ahead and help her. You know, she loaded up the car. We both hopped in and drove straight down there in one day. One of the things I will never try to attempt that in one day again, or at least if I do have multiple people with me, you know, if I have 3 or 4, if I have 3 people in the car, yeah, I think it's possible. Definitely get it done in one day and not want to die. I pretty much ended up driving. It was a 16 and a half, maybe 17-hour trip, with pit stops because my sister had her dog with her. It ended up being like probably close to, we got there around just before 8 and we left at midnight and got there at 8 o'clock at night the same day. So between all the pit stops and between switching, getting gas, blah, we were on the road for about 18 hours and I drove about 15 of those. I don't think my sister watches my content, but if you do, don't take this the wrong way. But unfortunately, she is a very, very aggressive driver. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I used to be like that a lot when I was younger. But after I started riding a motorcycle for the last, well, I haven't ridden in a while, but after riding for about like 3 or 4 years, I learned how to become very defensive. So you can still be aggressive, but if you need to maintain space, be aware of your surroundings. You know, if you're able to see the flow of traffic ahead of you to make sure, you know, that you don't have to slam on your brakes so you can slow down prematurely. Watching your surroundings, doing stuff like that, that's fine if you're speeding correctly. But I took a nap when we were on some back road in South Carolina, and I woke up to us on 95. She's doing 90 in the left-hand lane. I shit you not, like literally a half car length right up this guy's ass. and she's just sitting there like looking on her phone, trying to figure out like where you're going on the maps, switching music. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. So eventually she kind of backed off a little bit. I didn't say anything, but the next rest stop, she drove for like 2.5 hours. We ended up switching again, and I ended up taking the last leg. I said, screw this. I'd rather suffer now and make it versus her make a dumb mistake and kill us both, or die in an accident that I wasn't really supposed to be in. So that was interesting. It sucked, guys. It sucked. I pretty much got 2 hours of sleep, or maybe 3 hours. I would say 2.5, 3 hours of sleep on the car ride. Got to her house, helped her unload the car, settled down, went to bed at like 10:30 at night. Woke up around like 3 or 4 around 3:30ish in the morning. Stayed up all the way till 7. Took a nap quickly, got up, got to the airport around probably 8-ish. From there, hopped on a plane, hopped back home. I got back here at my house at about, I don't know, I would say like 1 o'clock, 1:30. Took a nap for like 4 or 5 hours, and then had to go out for a little bit. Came back home. I clocked out at like 2 a.m. And I literally just woke up. Like, we started around, I don't know, we started maybe like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, started 10 minutes ago. I woke up probably around like 12:30, 12:45. Took a quick shower and hopped back on. So I'm kind of resetting myself, getting back in the flow of things. But that trip was rough, man. That trip was definitely rough. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Good to see everyone. Let's see. Gamer DXP, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Let's see, Jacob, how's BTC doing? Okay, so BTC. Sorry, guys, I went on a little tangent there, but that's the reason why I've been gone for the last 2 days or day and a half ish. Haven't really been active. There's nothing really going on. The entire road trip, I did not look at charts whatsoever. When I was driving, I was listening to the podcast, listening to videos that I've been wanting to like listen to just to kind of kill time. So yeah, dude, I hadn't really looked at the charts, and I really only looked at the charts when I got to the airport. You guys saw the post I made. I literally sat there for 30, maybe 35 minutes, just catching up on stuff, making sure I didn't miss out any positions. Caught a flight home, and then now we're here. We're here. So let's go ahead and talk about price action here. Before we do that, I'm going to shout out today's sponsor of the stream, which is going to be Fairdesk. So if you guys are interested in checking out a new exchange, you check out the link in the description below. It does come back to support me in the channel. So if you sign up, deposit, and trade, I do get a piece of your commissions, as well as Fairdesk is paying me a certain amount every week to go ahead and talk about Fairdesk. So I really do appreciate it. And like I said, if you guys want to sign up, support, would greatly appreciate it, but it's not required. But thanks again. Yeah, want to shout them out quick. So let's talk about price action here. I know that's what you guys have been waiting for, but wanted to just catch you guys up on my life. So let's go ahead and talk setup structures, what could be going on. I'm briefly going to be talking about the macro. Pretty much, we still can talk about the possibilities of what can happen in a larger picture. First things first, ABC. Question is this the beginning or the end of something? If this is the beginning of something, we have an A, we're building up to a B. Most likely, if this is going to be an ABC pattern, we are going to eventually make our way back down and put it in a lower low. That is the bearish option, the most bearish option. Now, I don't know exactly where we're going to go if this is going to happen. Are we just going to get a slightly lower low, kind of similar to what happened in the bull market or the previous bull market? Or is this going to actually be a rundown to where we might test lower, closer to 10K, if not break the 5-figure mark and drop below 10K? I don't know. But that is the worst case scenario. The bullish case scenario, which we're going to go over next, is going to be this is an ABC, and that's it. All right, we have an ABC within the C wave, which was a nice setup here. Jesus, as much as I like this is very like relaxing. Now, is the music too loud? All right, that's a good level. All right, and so this ABC is the end. We're done. We cross back above the pivot of the A within the C, and we're up to the upside. So as of right now, we have to look at what's going on off of this structure and up to now. If we are going to look at the bullish option, all right, so if we look at everything from the right of this red line, what do you see? Well, in my opinion, and based on what the separations and trend look like, we have an ABC to an A, to a B, to a C. Now, if this is going to be a larger macro bullish trend, the best case scenario for the bulls is that maybe we just consolidate and keep going. That's definitely in the cards. Where's my painter brush? You know, we're kind of moving sideways. Eventually, we just keep going. That is a best case scenario for the bulls. What I think is most likely going to happen is, even though we do have a bearish structure, all right, if anything, it might lead to a larger pullback, or at least a decent pullback. To me, this is not a decent pullback. What's going on now, I need to have a nice clear separation and trend before making a larger push. That'd be something that I would like to see, but necessarily doesn't have to happen. I'm not too sure exactly how it's going to pull back, but if the most bullish option is going to kick in, we're going to need to see either a slightly larger pullback, or we just kind of consolidate and blast off from here. That's the most bullish option. Middle of the road option, which I'm personally at the moment leaning towards, is where we are still going to be bullish in the longer term, but we do have to put in a larger retracement. This ABC is part, or is going to be part of a larger A. We need to work our way down, test lower areas of support. I still think 19.5 is in the cards. And from there, we can go ahead and talk about making a much larger push to the upside. I'd be a lot more comfortable with that. But just because I'm not confident in the other two directions, or I'm not as confident on the bullish setup or the most bullish case scenario, I do have a feeling that we could be putting in lower, but I'm not as confident as I am the second option, which is the larger pullback. So if we go back down, test local areas of support, form a nice little pocket of support, that's something I would be looking for, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's going to be a straight wick or we're going to come down and consolidate. That doesn't really matter to me. But a nice retest level would be somewhere around here. We could possibly talk about this level here. I'll show you guys the supports when we zoom in a little bit further. But that is going to be kind of the middle of the road option, something I'm going to be looking for the time being. And we'll just have to wait and see at this point. We have our trades. We're riding them out. Hopefully we can get an answer here soon. Unfortunately, it's one of those situations that it's just a waiting game. And that's pretty much how the majority of our positions are, is we get in, we have the nice setup, we give ourselves a nice stop loss to allow price action to breathe a little bit, and from there allow price to make a final decision on what it wants to do. All we can do is take the best trades possible and allow the market to do the rest, and hopefully play in our favor. So when I zoom into a smaller time frame, you know, I always say this in air quotes because it's not exactly a smaller time frame. It's still macro, or some would consider this a larger, much larger time frame. But to me, this is our time frame where we execute our trades, we look for positions, and we look to play into the larger possibilities of the larger setups. So now that we got that out of the way, when we zoom in, all right, we mentioned this ABC, which, you know, on this time frame is a lot more clear and concise. Oh, shut up. Sorry. Every time I do this, man, it's always notifications pop up on my screen. I have my computer on forever for the last like 2 hours, and now it's starting to do this to me. So A to a B to a C. All right, we have our entry. We just need to maintain below 31,085. As long as we remain below that, that's going to be a very bearish pivot, in my opinion. As well as, all right, in case we are bullish, or we are a lot more bullish, I actually have a long position off of this ABC. I'm gonna go to 1 hour, make this a little bit more clear for you guys. All right, so we have an A to a B to a C. As long as we're above, this pivot at around 25,767, that is going to be a much larger potential swing to the upside that I am taking, just in case. So we'll have to just wait and see how this plays out. Hopefully, we can get a larger decision soon. To be honest, we are going to make more money on the long side than the short side, but I can't necessarily play too much of a bias to one direction. I always talk about this. If you watch someone like Kite, who basically platformed the ABC method and gave his own little twist to it, and how I currently trade it as well. We trade the same methods. We do things slightly different. I tend to be, I don't want to say this, and I don't want it to come off as something bad, which is fine, especially if you know what you're doing. And Kite is 110%. I can confirm 150% that he knows what he's doing. So as long as you know what you're doing, you can get away with this. But if you don't necessarily, or if you're new to this, I would tend to be a little bit more open when it comes to playing both directions. I personally, even though I am confident what I can do, I am very experienced using the ABC strategy. I still like to play the larger setups, and I tend to try to picture larger possibilities of what could happen. One of the things is that, you know, we do have a bearish setup, right, on a macro time frame. You cannot deny, with the possibility of this becoming a B wave to us continuing lower to a larger C wave. If that is the case, fine. I'll take the short, let it drop. Congratulations. We're going to take that trade anyway. But we are going to walk away with a little bit less money. So if we do end up dropping significantly, but if we end up, let's say, pushing through, and let's say we continue to test higher areas of resistance, the first thing we need to consider is once we break the previous high, 32K is in the cards, around 32.5. Once 32.5 is tested, if that breaks, I can make another argument for about 30 or 43,000. If that is the case, that's going to be the next area of resistance we can test. And if we break that, ultimately, I think the largest area that I'm looking for price to test, if we are going to continue the upside, is going to be around 48K based off of this local high up here. So that is a very nice, juicy trade. And to me, I would rather take the trade, lose, and be wrong versus not necessarily take the opportunity, even though I might have a certain bias. In my opinion, I'm still bearish. I'm still bearish, but I'm not ultimately bearish to where we're looking for new lows. I'm looking for a retest of support regions. But just in case I am wrong and we do blast off of the upside, to me, in my opinion, I would rather take the loss versus miss out on a potential 26 R&R trade. All right. On a 26 R&R trade, you're risking 3%. All right. That's going to be, we're going to add about 80% to our account just off of that trade. Wait, is that correct? Yeah, I would say that's correct. So I'm risking about, I think it's like $32. 6.19. Yeah, about 80% to our account. So that's going to be a huge trade going forward. So that's something I'm willing to lose, to take a risk on. I would rather get stopped out once, maybe twice, versus miss out on a monster trade like that. That's just how I approach it. You don't have to do it that way. But to me, I've seen this happen to where things are looking pretty bearish, or you might think things are looking bearish, and all of a sudden it might come down in your favor slightly, but then just continue to go and test higher regions of resistance. So I've been in these situations before. So to me, even though the setups are there, even though it is technically a different point in price action, never say never. Always be open. Never be glued to one bias. Never marry one bias. So yeah, that was a kind of a long tangent. Let me make sure I didn't catch up on chat here. Let's see, Alif, what's the color combo you got now? I'm trying this out. It's basically green on the upside for everything, and then like a brighter red. I might have to darken this a little bit, just to see how, I don't know. What do you guys think? Does it hurt your eyes? I think it looks good with the basically plain black background, but we'll have to see. I might change that. Let me know what you guys think about the color combo. It's basically the same thing as red and green. It's just a different variation of the red and green. So let's see. Smurf, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Shout out to the horse racing crew, horse racing trading group, crazy kids trading group. Hope you guys are doing good. We're doing well. Wow, that was a tongue twister. I'm sorry. Prathish, my friend, how you doing? Good to see you as well. Zero. Massive bullet divergence. Everyone is shorting, including myself. But we will take 32K, so make sure you take some profits on your shorts, because all I see is guys taking these shorts and lose. What time frame do you see the? Well, what are you looking off of the bullish divergence from? I don't think everyone is shorting. I think a lot of people are bullish. I could be wrong. I haven't looked at crypto YouTube recently, but I feel like a lot more people are bullish, especially coming off this pump. Did you short from 31K? Yes, you may. I did short. I posted that in my Discord, as well as I told you guys about that setup ahead of time. Let's do fine. I guess I'll give a quick shout out to the Discord group. If you guys are in my Discord group, I appreciate you guys. Shout out to you. If you guys are interested in joining the Discord, all right, check out the links in the description below. You can sign up for a monthly and a lifetime. With a lifetime, let's see, Star just subscribed. Thank you so much, Star, for subscribing. If you're here watching, say hello. Would love to meet you. If not, no worries. Hope to see you on future streams. But thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you guys are interested, I let you guys know the setups I'm taking ahead of time. We talked about this as it was developing. So I did take that. I showed you guys that's the profit on the 88 trade. But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, you also get access to the community. My guys are top notch. Shout out to my Discord group. I think I've got a good group of guys here. And hopefully you guys can learn something new, as well as I think one of the most important things is that you get access to the tutorial videos, which is pretty much everything you're going to need when it comes to ABCs and everything about trading in general. So if you guys are, whether you're new or maybe you have a better concept of trading, you just want to learn ABCs, you guys can get access to all the videos there. Trading psychology videos, which I mentioned, which is arguably more important than the actual ABCs or the actual strategy themselves. Give you an idea of basically how to work leverage trading, how to do everything from soup to nuts. That's the concept, and that's the goal of the Discord video. So if you guys are interested, it's not required, but I know I've got a couple people sign up recently, and I do appreciate you guys for wanting to learn more and join the group. I think this is an awesome community you have, but like I said, not required. If you guys are interested, please check out the links. Would love to have you. So let's see. CVD at the moment, everyone is shorting big time. Really interesting. Well, if that is the case, maybe we do have to come up and test 32K. But to me, I'm not too worried about getting stopped out on my short, because I have a much larger, I have a larger stop loss. I use around 3%. So even if we do come up and break 32K and then come back below, we still have the long position to carry us. So worst case scenario, if we do come up, come on. Worst case scenario, if we are put in a position to where we have to, we try to make this a little bit more organized. Worst case scenario, even if we do come up to 32K and we come back below, I'm still going to be taking the same pivot. I'm not going to be shorting higher. I'm going to be shorting at that 31K. So if we do come up, put it one more high and then reject, I'll be okay with that. But in my opinion, if we continue to break 32K and we continue to sustain above it, I'm going to be on the side that we're going to go ahead and push towards 43 to 48K. And that's why I have my long position open. I am not getting rid of that. Let me show you guys. Oh, you know what? I might have to do this again on my phone. Let me pull up the positions just to show you how they're doing. To go to load. Why is it not loading? There we go. So we're still in our longs. I'll go over other coins, but let's see if I can pull it up on the camera. Come on. Oh, I forgot it's green. Shoot. All right, let me do this. Let me take a screenshot. I gotta find a way to stream my screen here. Come on, come on, come on. Where is my... What? Copy the photo. Paste. There you go. All right, let me pull it up quick. I gotta get better at doing this. All right, so still currently in our ADA, BTC, ETH trades. As well as I am shorting. I'll show you guys the shorts too. I'm shorting ADA as well as BTC. I actually did end up, I screwed myself. So unfortunately on Fairdesk, I always tell you guys to check this, but I forgot to do this myself. When you guys are opening up new trades, or before you guys open up any new trades, if you do sign up on, you know, Fairdesk or whatever exchange you decide to use, always make sure that you go to the top right here and make sure you're on hedge mode. I'm a dummy and I forgot I only had one-way mode on all of my trades. So unfortunately, you cannot change it while you're in a trade, or you can't change this mode while you're in a trade. So I had to scramble. I ended up actually opening a account on BitGet. I know there's good and bad things about BitGet. It was very simple for me. Let's see if I can show you guys the trades here. Is it gonna pop up? Nope, it's still not gonna pop up. Wait, did it ROE? Nope, didn't pop up. I gotta take a screenshot of this now. But I did open up an account on BitGet just to make sure I got the shorts in. Unfortunately, it was faster to do that than it was to sign up on another account using a different email that I didn't have available at the moment. Let me just show you guys that trade as well. All right, so this is the current trades I have on BTC. When it comes to the shorts, I'm shorting BTC as well as shorting ADA. Right now, we're up about $50, close to $50 in profit on that. So doing good so far. Next stream, by next stream, I'll get the program that I use to be able to stream my screen again on my phone. Or I can just not be lazy and set this up ahead of time, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm at a 50x long off of a different strat. Textbook bull flagging too. So BTC bullish, alts bleeding. Supreme Cat, good to see you, my friend. What's wrong with BitGet? Got scared now. No, there's nothing like actually wrong with them. I just heard they charge higher fees, like trading fees. Which if you're scalping and getting in and out of the market, you know, that's going to eat you alive, and try to get limit orders or try to prioritize limit orders. But from what I've heard, trading fee is a little bit high. But if you're using a strategy like mine to where we're not getting in and out of trades constantly, it shouldn't really make a difference. All right, so let's move on to alts. I know I haven't talked about alts yet. We spent a lot of time on BTC. Let's do ETH real quick. If you guys want me to take a look at anything, please let me know. So Ethereum, let me get all this off my screen. Ethereum, I'm going to touch on the macro real quick. Same thing, ABC down here. Question is it the beginning or the end of something? If this is the end of a larger downtrend, all right, The bullish option is that we have an A to a B to a C here. Let me make that center. All right, and this is actually going to be part of a larger A wave. We're looking for a potential larger B and an extension higher for a C leg, possibly to go ahead and test 3,500 bucks. That is the kind of the bullish option. The most bullish option is that we are done here off of this ABC, and we're going to continue to trend higher. Definitely a possibility. I'll go over the setups and the trades I'm actually taking. The bearish option is that this ABC, which I mentioned before, is actually part of a larger downtrend. All right. So we have an ABC to an A. We have a possible ABC to a B, ABC to a B. And then we're eventually looking for another ABC to test the previous low. And hopefully, well, if this setup is going to complete, we need price to break below that previous low. So if this, I hate when my computer does that. I apologize, guys. So unfortunately, it really depends on how price continues to respect these setups. What I mean by that, it really depends on where we're at on BTC. If BTC is going to be bullish, obviously ETH and other coins are most likely going to be bullish as well. Couple things to consider, as well as I think that's the most bearish option. We know we're the most bullish option. The middle of the road variation is that we did put in a bottom. All right, we have an ABC here. And this is actually going to be part of a larger A to a larger B, where we actually put in a much larger pullback, test potential areas of support, and eventually come up, put in a higher leg for a C leg, and make our way up towards all possible all-time highs. Because if I think this is going to be the case, eventually by the time we come down, put in this larger downtrend and make our way back up, I think we're going to be kind of lining up to the timeline that we're going to be approaching the halving soon. So hopefully by then things are going to be looking a little bit more bullish. But that is going to be the kind of middle of the road perspective I have of what could be going on. Let's go ahead and mark out the positions I'm in, show you guys what trades I'm in, the setups themselves, and go over where price can go to next. Man, I'm going to need a 4-hour for this. Yeah. So the ultimate larger bearish setup that I'm looking at is this possible ABC here. So long as price put in a higher high, which it did, reclaimed below and maintained below, which is currently doing, we do have a larger possibility of continuing to the downside. As long as we're currently below, all right, as long as we're below that pivot. So 2030 is the pivot I'm shorting off of, which I'm still holding. I've been holding that since when did we originally cross back down? Probably around April. So we'll have to see how this responds. Hopefully, if the probabilities are going to be in our favor, we will see continued downside. But we do have a bullish option. If this is going to be a bullish option, we are going to pump higher. We have a nice ABC here. To me, this is a decent setup to take, which I am currently attempting to trade off of. I want to change this song. All right, so this ABC here also will give us a probability to continue to the upside. So right now, ETH is in a position to where we have two major pivots off of two good setups. All right, and price is just kind of trying to figure out where it wants to go. Like I mentioned before, if we can maintain above, push higher, fantastic. That'll possibly lead us to break this pivot, potentially test higher, and eventually make our way to a higher price point. If we cannot hold and we continue to press down, this is going to give us more signs that the bears are still stronger. I almost had like a accent change right there for a second. And we're going to go ahead and test lower areas of support. The support areas below are going to be around this previous low, around 1,600 bucks, around there. The next area of support when you're going to go ahead and test is around 1,356. And then ultimately, I think if that breaks, you can maybe make an argument for about 1100, but I think 1070 is going to be the larger area of support we're going to go ahead and test. So keep an eye on those levels on the way back down. We'll have to see how price responds to each as we continue to, if we regress down lower or if we progress higher, which we'll talk about here shortly. We do have that 2030 pivot, which is a good area of resistance in my opinion. Above that, we do have around the previous high around 2141. And then ultimately, if price can push higher past those regions of resistance, I think ultimately we can talk about the next level, which is going to be about 3570, 3580, somewhere around there, depending on which chart you're using, with that previous high there. So that area, that local, or I guess larger local resistance, is going to be the next area, which I definitely think ETH can go ahead and test. So almost similar to BTC, we have one or two major resistances above us. We have a lot of support below. In my opinion, I think the resistance is more significant. If we break those, I see no reason why price can't go up to test those higher regions. There's no significant area of resistance, as well as it seems like this is one larger, basically one quick spike to the downside. Instead of putting in nice separations in trend and giving us more of a healthy pullback that gives us these local areas of resistance, there's nothing. So to me, that is the reason why I think 3560, 3570, depending on which chart, is going to be a very important level to test if we continue to push higher. But those are pretty much the areas I'm looking for. Those are the positions I'm in for ETH. And let's move on to another coin, unless you guys want me to look at something else. Yes, XRP, please. Let's see. Please, shorting from 54.53, expecting to go up before adding to position. What are your thoughts? Took 30% off. Oh yeah, let me take a look at that. ETH bull option 2150 to 1740A. Wait, from 2150 to 1740A. Bullish option. Should you talk about this one here? Are you saying this? $19.25. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a bullish shot. Yep, I like that. That's a good structure, and that'll give us an ABC within a C wave. Yep, that's another variation of what could be going on. That's definitely a possibility. Let's see. Halil, Theta. I don't really look at the Greeks or any of that stuff, to be honest. I know it's more of like an options thing, but yo, working today. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for stopping by, Joe. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you did it. Okay, cool. Let's look at XRP for Supreme Cat. Let's see. Oh, see, look at this. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I didn't even, I believe the last time I streamed it was Monday. So we were like right around here. And basically all I said, Supreme Cat, is depending on what is possible, you have to take the trades based on where the setups are forming. All right, if this is going to be an A to a B setup, or an A to a B to a C, so let's go over bullish options. Bullish options, maybe something like this. All right, this is an ABC within the C. That's definitely possible. All right, so if you wanted to attempt this, you could have. This could have been a good hedge trade for you. You can see we quickly spiked back below, reclaim that level. You would have entered as soon as price got back above. So as of right now, that's a good bullish position. If we continue lower, all right, you're probably gonna get stopped out. You have this one as a possibility too. So if we get back below, and if we can reclaim above 47 or 40 cents 70, that's going to be a bullish pivot as well. So if this setup fails, you have that one below. But if we don't get anything, or if we can't maintain these level of supports, I don't see a good setup to take. I would just have to wait and see how price responds to lower areas or lower regions. Wait for another bullish setup if possible. If you're still holding the short setup, do not take profit. All right, do not take profit. The goal of this, especially if this is going to be a larger downtrend, at least wait to 40 cents. At least wait. To me, that is the larger setup I would like to see, but we can absolutely reverse off of that. The best position or the best way to handle this kind of situation is to hedge yourself, right? So even if you hedge yourself, and if you come back up and get stopped out, you're going to basically lock in the money that you made from the previous short. So this way you're going to be basically, you're going to be neutral, not net positive, net negative. But if price comes all the way back up and stops you out, you're going to be in profit to cover your losses, and then you're going to be possibly looking at a much larger setup to where you can go ahead and try to short again. That much larger setup is going to be something like this. That's going to be the larger setup if we pump from here. But we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see. Shorting from expecting to go up before adding to position. What are your thoughts? Took 30% off. If you took, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of taking a little bit off the table. Sometimes I do it, and a lot of times when I do it, it's by accident, just me being an idiot. But I try not to take any money off the table unless a continuation setup arise or is brought up or gives me an opportunity to go ahead and take a position or take profit on the position. We don't have that yet. So for me, I would say if you're hedging, that's fine. Let the positions play out, but ultimately understand where price can go. Take the setups as they come. And eventually, if you still hold your trade, right? If you hold your short from up here, all right, if you're holding your trade from up there and we continue to go push a lot lower, you're going to be making money regardless. So let's see. Oh, Theta is a coin. Okay, let me take a look at Theta. All right, sorry about that, Halil. What's the best exchange? Did I spell that right? Oh. Theta USD. I didn't realize that was a coin. I'm sorry about that. Let's do Theta. Oh, okay. So Theta has a very large macro set up here. So if price can get up above that previous pivot and maintain, you can see we're kind of fighting in that region. I don't know if I would leverage trade this position. This is more of a buy and hold. I would be basically DCAing as we cross through this region of support here. But if we can maintain above 78.5 or 7085, that's going to be a bullish macro position for Theta off of this ABC here. So as long as we can maintain above, that's going to be a good area for me to go ahead and consider buying in. I personally don't, I'm personally not buying this coin. But if I were in any positions or if I'm looking to take positions, that would be the bigger setup I would look for. And to be honest, I really don't see anything within this region of price action as well. So that's the only thing I can really give you. Yes, currently hedging both. Awesome, Supreme Cat. Okay, cool. So long as you're doing that, you're in good. Just let price do what it do. I know sometimes when you see profit, you're eager to take it off the table. If you protect yourself, let the positions run, you will make out a lot. You'll do a lot better in the longer term by doing it that way. Let's see. BCH. Absolutely. We can absolutely do BCH. Let's do BCH. Wow, it is still going up. That is insane. Man, that would have been a monster trade. I'm just gonna hate myself for a little bit. Oh, I hate when it does this. Let me just hate myself a little bit. Let me just... I probably would use like a 4.5%. Oh my god, still a 30 R&R trade. That is insane. Damn, that would have been a nice setup there. So BCH, unfortunately, it's a runner. It got past its previous resistance levels. The only thing I can say is that it's currently above this one, which is above 210. That's a good resistance area. So to be honest, BCH has the potential to run all the way back up to 350 to 390. That's going to be the next area of resistance. I really don't see anything else significant in this downtrend. So to me, that area between 354 and 391 is going to be the most likely region that we go ahead and test as resistance. I really don't see anything else. But there's really no positions. I'm not trading BCH. You shouldn't have taken the trade down here if you're looking to trade that. Man, that was a runner. Inge, Johnny, please look at it. Absolutely. All right, so Inge, we looked at this in the past. Let's go down a little bit. Nose is itchy. We had this ABC here. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, that's how you copy things. Okay. There we go. So as long as we're above 557, that's a bullish pivot for Inge. I really don't see any like larger positions on the macro. If I zoom in a little bit further, I probably would go for... Oh, this is ugly, man. This is ugly. ABC for an A. That's a B. C. How the separation of the trends look. Even though this one is deeper, this one's more elongated. Actually, no, wait. It's here. I really don't see anything too clear on Inge, to be honest. This would probably be your A, B, C. But within that, you have an ABC here. I am not the biggest fan of this whatsoever. How choppy it is. If you want to try to take that, you can, but I think you're going to have a hard time. So basically, if you want to short, as long as you're back below 746, 746.61, like I said, but I don't give financial advice. This is how I would approach it. I would try to short this, but to be honest, I don't like how this position looks. I really don't. When it comes to the upside, we have room to go ahead and test 821. If we break above that, I really don't see anything significant till about 929, and then you can start talking about breaking all-time highs around 998. So like it's in this situation, it's just level by level. If you want to short there, you can. I'm not the biggest fan of that setup, but that's probably the one I would consider taking. Let's see. Good morning, Johnny. Do you stake any crypto? And if not, why not? Crypto Beehive is a great question. To be honest, I don't feel comfortable locking up my coins on any platform. I like having the ability to take out whenever I can. I know some of these platforms, they offer percentages on like a quarterly or monthly basis. I'm not the biggest fan of that, and the amount you have to put in to risk losing it, locking it up, it's not worth it in my opinion. It's more of a security thing. I make good money trading. I really don't need to stake my crypto, unless I had a bunch of it. But even still, even if I had a bunch of if I had a big bag of crypto, I wouldn't feel comfortable locking it up on a platform. If you can find a way to lock it up on a wallet, maybe. But I just don't see it as something worth it, just because I'm not making anything too significant off of that. That's just my opinion though. If I'm wrong, I'll absolutely change my mind, but I haven't really looked into it too much, to be honest, Crypto Beehive. But that's just my opinion. Johnny, I'm short on Sol. Is it a good entry as ABC? Let's take a look, Niraj. Let's take a look. Sol. Okay, that is a good setup. I see exactly what you're talking about. Is it this one? Niraj, let me know if that's the right position. If that is, that's a really good that's a really good trade. The only thing I would suggest is, if you are, I'm not sure how you set up this trade, but just keep in mind, coins like Sol tend to move pretty aggressively. So using a smaller stop loss might be a pain. It might give you a headache. I usually use a 3%, but if I'm trading an altcoin like Sol, I probably would bump it up to like 4 to 5% stop loss, just to give yourself some breathing room. This is coming off of a potential A to a B to, or A to B to a C here. So what I would do in this scenario is I would look for a possible well, this is a continuation setup. I would look for something like that. So even if it's with a 4% stop, it's still a 7 risk reward ratio, which is a good trade. Just keep in mind, these coins tend to fluctuate a little bit more aggressively. So you're going to be a little bit more prone to being stopped out. So I'm not sure how you're structuring that trade. Just keep that in mind. Let's see. All right, cool. Thanks a lot. No problem, Supreme Cat. Should have longed all the EDX coins when they made the announcement. In hindsight, obviously they would have exploded. I haven't really EDX coins. Fortunately, I'm not up to date with that. Dash macro ABC long. Yeah, let's take a look at Dash. Do I have Dash on this list? Do I have Dash on my crypto list? I don't think I do. All right, what do you consider a macro? Let's see, what's a macro? 2-day? Yes. That is a macro ABC. Yes, absolutely. So this would be an ABC, like I said, when it comes to these larger ABCs, especially on a daily, these are spot buying positions for me. So I'm not too interested in taking leverage positions on a coin like this with such a big setup. You can, but just keep in mind, these larger macro ABCs tend to be more prone to volatility within the pivots. So I would personally, if I was taking these types of trades, if I was going to use leverage, I hate why does it do this? I just did the exact opposite. Does anybody know how to prevent it from doing that? That's really freaking annoying. So on a position like this, if I was going to take a macro trade, I probably would give myself like a 10 to 12% stop loss and just literally let this ride. Try to take that to the moon. So that's just me though. Let's see. From 30. Oh yeah, we went over that. Gold, yeah, absolutely. We can look at gold. All right, so I like to go over gold on David Tech's live streams, but we can actually absolutely do it here. So for gold, as long as we're below 1960, that is a bearish pivot. So I would be, if I was looking to trade this, I'd be short below 1960. Ultimately, I'm looking for a retest around 1803, and then if we continue lower, 1650. On a 2-day, keep in mind we also have this larger ABC here. I don't know which one's lower. I think this one's lower. So as long as we're above this pivot at around 1677, that is a bullish. We do have higher probabilities of more upside on a larger scale. So we could be just pulling back here, but ultimately looking for higher. But just keep in mind the resistance area, or sorry, the support areas that we have to test if we continue to dump. But 1960 would be the area I would be shorting. Let's see. EDX is a DeFi exchange backed by institutions, i.e. Charles Schwab, Citadels, Fidelity, Paradigm. They must have been informed BTC, LTC, and ETH and BCH aren't securities. Is that... Do they hold all those 4 coins? Or is there other stuff on there? I'm curious. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting, Alan. Make sure I didn't miss anything on. I always forget to switch it to live chat. Sometimes some chats are hidden. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yep, there's those 4. Okay, yeah, that's good then. Probably a reason why BCH is mooning right now. Doge Bro is good for back or ABC. Let's check. Let's see. 8 hour. All right, so ultimate. I think I know which one you're talking about. Ultimate macro wise, I need to see a lower low past. Actually, I might need to pull up. What's a better exchange? Binance. Yeah, that's better. Ultimately, I need. Wait. Yeah. Yep. Ultimately, on a larger scale, I need price to get back below 40 or 0.492. Once price or once Doge can give us a larger ABC like that, I still would never buy it. But if you guys still want to try to pick up some Doge here, not financial advice, that's a good option for you based on how I would do things. As well as if you're looking at a little bit of a smaller one, which I think you are, on a 8-hour time frame, we do have a current ABC here. I would say this is your next best position. So in case we do not get to those lows, you can absolutely take the potential setup off of this ABC here. Absolutely in the cards. So if you want to do that, not financial advice. If I was trading this, that's how I would approach it. But ultimately it's up to you. That's a good setup there. I usually don't say that about a coin like Doge, but I want to take a look at the DXY is ripping. So okay, for the DXY, because it's something I wanted to look at. DXY isn't it's kind of in this range. Ultimately, we're in a range between $100 and $105. Until we get a larger break, maybe you can make this an ABC and then do something like this. All right, Mia, you know what? That would make more sense. I would think of something like this possibly as a larger setup. That would be a larger setup that I would possibly think about playing into. So just keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY. Oh, we back tested it as... Oh, that's interesting. We back tested previous resistance as support. Remember, guys, I don't know why. I have a really bad feeling about this. If the SPY continues to push, all right, we ultimately have to break 2 levels of resistance, and then something I got to show you guys. So 460.199 or 462 is the next. Realize something. Where is my phone? Huh. I don't know where my phone is. But ultimately 461 or 462 is the next area of resistance to break. If we break above that, continue higher, 480 is definitely in the cards. If we do put in that higher high, keep this in mind, guys. I don't like to talk about stuff like this, but be aware. This is a possibility. Maybe this part of the recession isn't actually the recession we're looking at. What if this larger ABC actually becomes the true recession, or the true beginning of the recession? So keep that in mind. Like I said, I don't like to talk about that, but you gotta entertain your options. So if the SPY does break all-time highs, it makes a big rally, I'll be a little bit less concerned. The only reason why I say this, because if I go to like a 2 or 3 day, let's see if I can show you guys. Yes. So if I go to a 2 day, look at this. Back in 2003, traditional uptrend, very large retracement. You know, I'm pretty sure we did have a recession in that period, a nice rally to the upside, and then we had our true 2008 stock market crash. And it's all based off of an ABC. So for me, you can see we got the ever so slight wick above, and that ultimately started the downtrend. So we could be in a situation to where we're doing something similar, that we go up, put in one more high. All right, maybe just put in an ever so slightly higher high, and then have a larger retracement, possibly breaking the previous low. The only thing that would stop me from saying that or change my bias is if we break lower from here. Ultimately, if we put in a much larger downtrend now and put in an ABC here, I would be less concerned with the ABC top for the SPY. I'd be way less concerned. So if we start a downtrend now and continue lower and break the previous low, I'd be a little bit more inclined to be overall more bullish if we can sustain that. I'd be a lot more bullish. So that's just me. Just keep an eye on that. Just understand that that could happen. I don't want it to happen at all. Or at least the worst case scenario. But, you know, obviously I can't control what happens in the markets. All I can do is understand what could be happening and play into those ideas. Is the SPY has correlation to BTC? Yeah, usually the SPY and the SPY is the leading, I would say, the leading ETF in traditional markets. And so the SPY and BTC do have some correlation. It's not direct, but it does have some correlation. Okay, Johnny, I don't like those colors. All right, what color? Should we go back to the old ones? How are these? Are these better on your eyes? I kind of like this. Maybe a lighter purple, a little bit of a lighter purple. How do you feel about the blue and the purple? I use white and gray. Okay, I kind of, okay, that's not bad. I kind of like this. All right, I can rock with this. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the blue and the purple or the white and the gray? I can rock with this. Unless you guys have any other color suggestions for the candles, let me know. I actually like this. It goes good with the black background. Let's see if I can make this gray a little bit brighter. That might be better. A bit later, yeah? Okay. Yeah, wow, a leaf. Oh, sorry, Umit. That was a great suggestion, Umit. Great suggestion. I like this a lot, actually. All right, this is going to be our new color for now. Second color for bull candle, fifth color for bear. I kind of like the brighter white. That's just me though. How about Tomo? Tomo? I've never heard of this before. Oh, I already know that I don't like this. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I need to get a... Is there any... What's the best chart to find the most? Or, let's see. What's the best chart for this? Is it Binance? What's the best exchange? Yes, psychologically, white and gray are easier for eyes. Yeah, it definitely is a lot easier. Thank you, man. I do appreciate that. Thank you for the suggestion. What's the best exchange for this coin? Does anybody know? Binance? Okay, so it's on this one. Okay. Unfortunately, there's not too much price action here to go off of. To me, I mean, you did have an ABC here. I'm gonna have to change the color of the ABC tool now. What color should I make the ABC? Yellow? What do you guys think? What color should I make the ABC now? Because I can't do white. I think yellow works. Blue? That's actually a better... That's a... Orange? I got blue and orange. Let's try. Let's see. Okay, so I like orange and blue. Anybody else have any other opinions? Hot pink? That doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. Orange. All right, I got 2 votes for orange. 3 votes for orange. All right, we got orange here. All right, so we're going to do orange. So I do see this as a macro ABC. Bold the ABC line. I don't want to go all... I don't want to use the thickest line. I think that looks silly. So I might use like the second or third one. I think the second one works. Green down, red up. Unfortunately, gamer, I can't change. I wish I could. If there was a way I can program bullish and bearish ABC, I would do that. But I can't do that at the moment. Is that a thick enough line, or should I go thicker? I think this is a good one. I don't want to go too thick because that covers up the candles. BetaBot, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. But ultimately for this coin, I would say I'm looking at everything from here to the right. So everything from here, there's 2 options. Either this is an ABC. All right, this is going to be a bearish setup. Or we're looking at something like possibly like this. That's going to be a bullish ABC. I really don't see anything else. So keep in mind, it's either going to have to be bullish ABC to 25.18 or bearish ABC to $4. Either one of those. Sorry, I was sick. Can you please take a look at AXS USD, please? Absolutely. Let's see. Niraj, how's this year's trading? Johnny, we're doing good. The account is sitting at just about 2,000 and we started with just over 1,000. So if I think my total that we started with is around like $1,150 or 1,200. It's one of those. It's somewhere in that range. So we're currently sitting at about 2,000. So anywhere from like 60 to 80%, around 80% we're at sitting since November. That's when we started. We started the new account challenge in November. So we're currently holding about a November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So 7 months. So we're averaging about 10% a month. So we're doing all right. We're averaging about 10% a month. AXS USD, absolutely. But yeah, before I move on, those are the main levels I'm looking to trade. I really don't see anything else for this coin, unfortunately. The ABCs aren't that clear. Okay, BetaBot, welcome back. First of all, hope you're feeling better. We talked about this before. We needed a price to regain. All right, we need a price to regain that 560. So you can see we did. So if you're not in a trade now, I would wait for it to come back above, because that is going to be ultimately a much larger bullish position to hold. If we cannot hold this, remember the next area to test is 273. So if you're spot buying, maybe a good area to sprinkle. But if you're taking leverage trades, which on coins like this I really don't recommend, but you can do some spot buying if you want, some spot positions. Give yourself, if you're doing this on leverage, give yourself some breathing room. I would say a coin like this, like 7 to 10%. This is 8% to make it simple. And then target resistances or target the larger move. I would not trade this with leverage in my opinion. This would be more of a spot buying position opportunity for me. Let's see. Have you tried playing with the second gradient color, gray, green 0056 or for the let me try that. How do I do that? Supreme Cat, how do I have to like add the color number here? Maybe with a different color combo we can make that work. That's not a bad one. What's the other one? 2E. See, that's too dark for the background. If I had like a white background, yeah, for sure, absolutely. Oh, go to canvas, setting canvas. Where would the canvas? Is it like the background? What am I adjusting here? Background. And then do I just do... Oh, you could change. Oh, that makes a difference. Just from changing that to solid to gradient. All right, so let's try. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, I like this one more. But I think it blends with the candles a little bit. Let me know if I'm wrong. Yes, the second one. Let's see. Put solid to black. Great. Yes, the second one. Okay. I like this. My problem is I think the gray candles doesn't work good with that. So let's change this back to black. That's okay. I can do this. I like this. Left side black, right one maybe gray or dark green. I would say I kind of like this better, Supreme Cat. Those are good options. If I did pick the gradient one, I would pick the gray. I like the gray. Let's see. But your choice, man. Uh-oh, monks in chat. Breaking news in your DMs, Johnny boy. Let's see. Oh. Dude, the shit that you send me, dude, is unfucking real, man. Oh my god. I don't know if I don't want to I can't show this on stream, Monk. I can't show this on stream. I'm gonna get canceled. Well, I'm not gonna get canceled. I'm definitely gonna get this video's gonna get taken down if I show this. Oh, that's hilarious though. That was good. Johnny exploring the TV. Hey man, I've been very basic for a long time. So maybe we needed a change. Maybe we needed a change. My eyes have to get used to this, but I definitely think it's I definitely like the color combos. Can you please take a look at OP? There's two setups, long and short, and they're close to each other. 12725 long setup. Yeah, absolutely. Is this the right one? Yeah, Binance. Long and short, they're close to each other. I would say Supreme Cat for this. Oh. Yes, Blue Ridge Crypto. I'm so sorry. Yes, I did see that. I will absolutely check that out. I'm so sorry. BetaBot, sorry to I'm on, let's see. Gotta rest now. See you tomorrow. Yes, I hope you feel better. So, BetaBot, thank you so much for tuning in anyway. I do appreciate it. Let's see. I'm on Bybit. All right, so let me take a look at this real quick. Blue Ridge Crypto, and I promise I'll do VCH. I'm so sorry, I forgot about you. What is there not futures perpetual? I really don't. I don't. If you're looking at this one as the bear setup, that's too small, Supreme Cat. That's too small. That's too small. So I would prioritize the long position. I mean, I'm on a 30-minute and it's still, I think it's a little bit zoomed in, a little bit too small of a setup, but I think you should prioritize the long at 125. All good, appreciate it, man. No worries. I'm sorry. I got lost in chat. It happens sometimes. The only other short setup I can see is this one. That's the only short setup I would see that would be worth taking. Thanks, man. No problem. All right, let's do BCH. I'm sorry, Blue Ridge Crypto did ask, and I messed up. Let me go ahead. So, unfortunately, BCH, it's just been ripping. There's the only trade that you should have been taking on this was this ABC back here. I wish I got into that. Just didn't care for BCH at the time. So this is gonna be a ripper regardless. I would say there's areas of resistance to keep an eye on, and you can see we're clearly pushing past that. So when it comes to, oh, it did. I thought I did take a look at this. I think I briefly touched on this, but I'll say it again. I really don't see any setups. Unfortunately, this coin is just too. It's too volatile at the moment. There's really no good short positions. I would not be trying to short this. I don't see a clear separation. The only thing I would say possibly for a short is we get back up at 154, but we're so beyond that pivot that it just doesn't make sense to wait all the way, or it doesn't make sense to wait for price to come all the way back down and then take the short. So at this point, BCH to me is a no. I wouldn't touch this. If you're in a trade, if you're in that trade, oh my God, I'm so jealous. If you're in that trade, I'd be so jealous right now. But if anyone caught that 104.55, I would say easily can go up and test 350. The way I look at this is I look at previous uptrends. I look at areas of separations of trends, and I mark those out as resistance levels. You can see I mark out previous high, resistance, previous high, resistance. I mean, you can make an argument for this high, but ultimately I think the high that matters the most is 391. I mean, if we can just continue to break those resistance areas, I mean, we can just continue to mark them out as where price can go. So, but as of right now, BCH is an absolute monster. So unfortunately, I don't trade momentum. I'm trying to like trade breakouts of this. This is a no. I just don't touch this. I don't. Go to canvas and change the lines to 15. I can only do 14 or 16. What does that change? It made this bigger, like the numbers bigger on the side. Gotcha. Was looking for the pullback. Yeah, I mean, it really depends. I'm not the biggest fan of trying to catch a move on the way up. That's not who I am. If you can get a setup like this to where if BCH does calm down, all right, if you can get something like this, a pullback, all right, and mark out the line, that would be a good entry to enter, or that'd be a good point to enter a long position off of. Something like that. But until we get that, it's a no touch zone for me. Maybe just have one color for both long and short candles, like gray or white. Wait, what do you mean have? I mean, oh, I thought they were all the same color. Change lines, not text. Oh, okay. What did you originally say before? Change lines to 15. Oh, like 15% opacity? Oh, I see. Unless I'm wrong again. Let me know if I'm being stupid. Let's see. Why percentage stop loss value is different in Tradingview and exchange? It shouldn't be, Akbar. If you guys don't have the risk to reward calculator. All right, if you guys don't have the risk to reward calculator, it should tell you what leverage to use. And then what I would do is set your risk parameters according to, let me pull up Fairdesk quick. All right, like when you set up, if you guys look on the other side of my screen over here, or that way, if you look where the TP, let's say if I go to market, let's go to a coin I haven't traded. All right, so let's say I want to go short right now. Usually there's a slider. Like if I go to the TP stop loss, you see there's a slider. What I like to do is I like to preset the values on the calculator to match these preset, to match the exchange. So for example, let's say the risk reward calculator, I would use 50%. If I'm using 50% with a 3% stop loss, it'll tell me which leverage to use. If it's giving you different numbers, I would try to, what I like to do if it's not working on the preset values is it's a little bit more work. But let's say you're taking a short position. All right. And make sure your entry matches your actual entry on the exchange. All you do is figure out what like 3% is. Might not gonna be able to do this on. All right, yeah, 3.01, and just input whatever that number says on the right here. So in this case, if my entry's at 244.45, you're gonna type in your stop loss to be 251.80. Yeah, 15%. Okay. Does anyone know what time the options expire today? If that would affect anything, I have no idea. Crypto Beehive, I have no idea. But Blue Ridge, let me know if that helps. If you want me to go in a little bit more detail, I can. But that's pretty much like the basis of what I have for BCH. Sorry, I'm late. Are we rich yet? Live beats. Unfortunately, we are not rich yet. We're still waiting. The market got to move in order for us to make money. So we'll just have to see. Make sure I didn't miss anything on chat here. Oh yeah, 10% a month is killer. Yeah, it's like the thing is, the problem with when it comes to like trading is that not everyone, a lot of people have this notion that trading is all about turning $1,000 into 100,000, turning, 100 grand into $1 million. Even though that is possible, in order to do that, you have to put yourself in a very risky situation. It's all about risk to reward. If you're willing to risk the amount of money and be aggressive with your trading style, yes, you can absolutely accomplish those numbers, but it's not easy. All right, it is not easy. The goal here and how I do things is to give you guys a strategy that's very straightforward. Even though in itself is easy, it can be difficult if you're starting out, but the goal is to get to a point to where this becomes easy, like clockwork. To me, doing this is like clockwork. It's something that I don't take too much time to think about. I have the setups ingrained, like my parameters of what I'm looking for my trades ingrained in my head. It's pretty much straightforward for me. And so from there, you take the trades, put your money where your mouth is, and then allow the market to determine whether or not it wants to respect those ideas. Obviously, the purpose of our trading strategy is to give ourselves an edge, or basically a winning edge against the market, to give us a higher probability of winning. And if you do that correctly, follow the strats, it's pretty consistent. And the goal is not to take $1,000 and turn it to $1 million. Unfortunately, you see that happen way too often here in the space. Everyone is so focused on how much can I make in a day? Can I make $100 a day? Can I make it $500 a day? Can I make $1,000 a day? That's not a realistic way to look at things. And when I hear people talk about stuff like that, to me, it's just, it just gives you red flags. To sit there and try to chase money every day, it doesn't make sense. You develop really bad habits. You put yourselves in really bad situations. And that's the reason why a lot of you guys fail. I'm not trying to like call out anyone here specifically. I'm just saying in general, that's the approach a lot of people have when they first start trading, is that they see these guys on here, making $1,000 a day, and it's just not realistic. So for me, I like to stick to an overall average monthly average monthly percentage gain. And then what I do from there is I'll do this with you live right now, is to give you guys an idea of what is possible, what you can do. If you guys go like to calculatorsite.com, there is literally a compound interest calculator you can use. Let's say we're sitting at around 2,000. Let's say I cash out all my trades right now. We're going to be sitting around 2K. If I average about, now I say 10% a month, I'd say it's a range anywhere from 5 to 10%. I like to calculate in the middle, so a good average rate of about 7.5%. Let's say you do this over a course of 2 years, you can turn 2,000 into 11 grand. That's a respectable amount of money. It's nothing to, especially when you're starting off with 2K, that's a good amount. But unfortunately in trading, it's a game that it basically requires money to make money. If I take that same number and add an extra 0, the percentage is still the same, but just add another 0 on top of that. So now you took 20,000 and turned it to 100 grand in 2 years. That's fantastic. But unfortunately, a lot of people who do this don't have $2,000 to start off with. So what I recommend you guys do, maybe I might make a video on this. I want to do something that kind of shows the power of compounding. This is something that allowed me to grow my initial account to what it was. I've done really good on that account, and I'm beyond confident I can do the same thing. Right? It's not just about how much money you start off with. It's the ability to grow. I don't want you, or the ability to add into that. I want you guys to think of this trading account, or like my trading style and how I do things, as like a savings account, right? You put money in. Yes, you do have to work to make money, but over the course of time, the money will continue to grow at a consistent rate, over a month, or a year occasion. Don't think of it as this wealth creator. All right, trading is not wealth creation, it's wealth multiplication. So the reason why people who have millions of dollars to trade with make a lot of money is because it's all about percentages, and it's all about consistency when it comes to over the course of a longer period of time. If the system is profitable, right, and they have a lot of money to play with, if I had, let's say, $2 million to trade, I was making 7.5% on that, 11 mil. It's stupid. So even though someone could take, obviously using the strategies that we use, that I do not ever recommend using the same parameters that I use if you have 10 million to play with. I would say more realistic, if you're going to play with $2 million, is anywhere from like 3 to 5%. So let's say 4% a month. Still 4% a month for the next 2 years. You turn 2 million to 5 and you didn't take anything out. You're averaging about, right off the bat, you're making 80 grand in 1 month, just off of 4%. So you could see that it's all about money. The percentages do matter, but unfortunately it takes money to make money in this game. So what I try to recommend is, if you guys have the ability to, I know some of you guys might not have the ability to, but if you have the time, go out, make some more money. All right, work a second job, do something on the side, do something. Take the money you make from that and roll it into your trading. Because of how we do things, I would argue it's borderline passive. How often do we sit here and mark out new trades to take? It's not that often. And with a tool like Trigger Trade, which I'm hoping, I know I can sit here, I'm waiting for Trigger Trade to be able to be used on, let me just sign in quick. With a tool like Trigger Trade, I always say, if you guys are interested, If you guys sign up for the lifetime membership on my Discord, you get this for free you get this included for a lifetime. But you can take a tool like Trigger Trade, automate your entries for you, and you can literally live your life in, you know, as long as you pay attention to make sure your entries are filled in. This is as passive as it gets. So to sit here and be able to make that kind of money passively is very, very, I would say, where's the calculator page go? What'd I do with it? I don't know what I did with the calculator. Let's see. All right, so this is what I recommend. If you have a smaller amount, let's say at 2,000, let's say 2,000 bucks, let's say me, or even $1,000, go out there and try to establish more money to put into the account. Let's say you can make even $50 a week. So that's 200 bucks a month. At 7.5% over the course of 2 years. Watch what happens. So remember that previous number went from 2,000 to 11,000. Watch what happens when I add money to this. Wait. Oh, yearly, that's why. So you pretty much made over twice the amount of money you would have made just by putting in a little bit extra money over the course of 2 years. $50 a week is not that much. Now, the more you do this, the more you want to accumulate and put more investment into your account. And if you're consistent, you can make even more money. Let's say you put double that. Let's say you put $100 a week. All right. Let's say you work a part-time job, or able to save $100 a week to put into your trading account. Now your 2,000 just turned into 38 grand over the course of that same 2 years. All right. And all you had to do is put in a little bit more extra work. And you can see every month your accumulation, the amount you make, will continue to increase. Let's say you do that over the course of 3 years. All right, it gets to a point to where it kind of gives you a limited rate of return, or a limited increase of return, because you have so much money to play with anyway. You know, when you have 50 grand and you're making $3 extra $1,000 a month, adding 400 bucks isn't really going to do anything, but it's going to help you. I need to take a drink. It's going to help you kickstart your account and help you get to a point to where you can just rely on the trading to make you money. So what I always tell people is that if you have a little bit, you're not going to make a significant amount of money that can possibly change your lifestyle, possibly change the situation you're in, your financial situation. So go out there, work, invest into your trading, invest into becoming a better trader, and eventually you can go out there, put money into your account, and just watch your account grow. So like, for example, right now I'm like averaging, if I had to say, I'm probably gonna put like 150 bucks. I'm gonna figure this out over the course of like the next week or so. I'm probably gonna start dedicating an extra 150 bucks a month just to the trading account. Right. And over the course of the next 2 years, all right, I should be sitting at close to 21K. Because another thing that happens too is something I didn't really think about until recently, is when you put money into your account, and let's say if you're consistent, not only will your winners be more, your losers are going to be less because you're adding to it. Now, at the end of the day, it kind of might skew your perception of losing, but to me, I'm more focused on the final number itself. I'm confident in my strategy. I've been doing this for years. I know what I can make out of this. So to me, once I have those parameters that I understand in line, then I can go ahead and start adding to it. Nuts. Are we talking about like what's nuts, live beats? Is it the percentage? Yeah, because that's a lot. Because usually your rate of return for the S&P is like average 10% a year, 5 to 10% a year. Or I think it was like 8 to 10%. I don't remember the average rate of return for the S&P. Yeah, bro. Johnny's buying our cruise ship tickets right now. ABC Cruise. You rock. Thank you. Thank you so much for Blue Ridge Crypto. I do appreciate it. Thanks, man. The ABC hedging strategy helped me psychologically and an edge for consistency trading. You and Austin changed trading completely. I really do appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the kind words. But yeah, that's like going basically what I was trying to get at is, even though you guys see me do this, some of you guys might have more to play with. Some of you guys might have less than I have to play with. If you guys are on the side of you have less, and let's say trading is new, you don't have that much to play with, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to take $500 and turn it to 100 grand, $1 million, etc. Now, I know Kite has done that in the past. He turned $100 into 100,000, but it was insane, some of the trades he was making towards the end. So just be aware. It's possible. Is it likely? No. The majority of you guys are not going to be able to do that. Austin's just built different. Kite's just built different. So, yeah. That was my rant for today. All right, let's see. We're going on for almost 2 hours here. I figured that was a good stream. I'm starting to lose my voice, unfortunately. So I'm going to play Wordle. We're going to wrap things up for today. So if you guys want to hang out and participate, would appreciate it. If not, no, I did not hit that. Yeah. But if you guys want to hang out and play, I would appreciate it. But if not, no worries, no worries. I will leave the smaller time frame. Yeah, I'm losing my voice, man. Okay. Let's see. Audio. No. Okay, I was gonna say no shot. I got that in the second try. Digit. I was gonna try ditch, but there's no T. So it's DI. What do you guys think? I'm not doing dicks. Will dicks work? How funny would that have been? Okay. No more messing around. That was goody, man. I did that for the jokes. I gotta stop because I like to get ahead of myself and start guessing words right off the bat. So let's take a moment. Diver's a good one. Dicer. Let's do diver. Okay, so maybe Dicer. All right, hold on. We gotta be careful here. Dicer, diver. I don't know. I was thinking diner. Let's just do diner. I think I won't hit enter yet. If you guys are still here in chat, let me know what you guys think. I really don't see any other way. Is that a word? Jorge, unfortunately, that we already got the DIER, so we just need to figure out what the last letter is. I'm not sure if you're behind. I'll give you guys a second. I really want to get this right, so let's just take a moment, figure out possible options. Damn, this is diner. Yeah, I feel like Digger has Digger's 2 G's. I feel like it's diner. Is this a word? Dimer? Dimmer's a word. 2 M's. All right, let's do diner. All right, this is it. All the marbles. Yes. Shout out to you, Mitt. That was a great guess. We're on a 30 win streak here. So we don't play every day, but we play every stream. So that was close, guys. That was close. That was close. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream here. I really do appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend. I totally forgot that it's Thursday. So I will see you guys on Sunday. Be good, be safe. Hopefully something will happen here shortly. Regardless if we go up or down, you guys know the drill. We're playing both sides. So I'm kind of just sitting in the back seat, just waiting. Hopefully to catch the move regardless. Hopefully we can add to our accounts, make money as usual. Yes, happy 4th. Am I gonna see you guys for 4th of July? No, right? Because no, I'll be back on the 4th. I'll be back. Tuesday is 4th of July. I'm sure you guys are gonna be celebrating the weekend before anyway. Or maybe. Who knows? But thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. Be good. Be safe. Trade safe. Let's go ahead and do the thing. I'm gonna stare into your guys' soul. Making sure. I'm going to be judging, making sure you guys are making smart decisions here. I'm going to put it right in the middle. Sure, got my hand on the button. All right, let's see. So Crypto Beehive, thank you so much. Jorge, thank you. You Mitt. Let's see. Live Beats, Blue Ridge, Leaf, Crypto Beehive. I think I said you already. Akbar, a Leaf, Supreme Cat, Beta Bot, Monkey. Niraj, if I missed you, I'm sorry. Gamer DXB, anyone else? I'm going through the list here. Alan Clark, if you're still here. Yeah. Anyone else that's still in chat? I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Remember, be good, be safe, trade safe. Whole shebang. Let's go ahead and say goodbye.